I told our kids from the first round of the regional tournament that I believed we were going to win a state championship, and I believed our hardest game was going to be the second round of the state tournament. And I was almost right.
Get out of the gate. All right, you're going to play with some daggone guts. All right, that's the bottom line.
I liked our draw in the region. I liked our region's draw in the state tournament. You know, that the top was very, very heavy with favorites in it. And I liked sort of the swagger that we had. Our kids believe they're going to win every time they get out of bed.
All the success we had in middle school, you know, winning like 6th grade state, 7th grade state, 8th grade state, I think we all have always had that winning mentality. So I think just the fact that we all grew up being winners, we just really didn't expect anything less, honestly. We just all had that drive and knew that we wanted to win. So I think that helped us a lot just to have that mental strength.
We always knew how good we could be and how good we would be and how talented we were, but everybody else doubted us since we lost such a big part of our team the year before. But we always believed we could go as far as we wanted to.
Well, at first, I was a little iffy, but then as we started playing and winning and working as a team, I knew that we were going to make it back.
I feel like as long as we believe that we can do it, then it's going to happen, regardless of what anybody who's on the outside has to say. It's as long as it's us, we can do it.
I was very confident. If you ask everyone around me, I was for sure we were making it back to state because of our experience the year before and how we took it, getting beat by 30 to Butler. I just knew we'd come back stronger. And we just, as a team, everybody knew it.
Last year I thought that if we were going to do it, we were going to do it last year. And this year I thought the same thing. So I just had about the same mindset coming into both seasons and going out. You know, both were really disappointing, but we had such a great run and a good season. And nobody thought we would make it that far, and we did. So I was proud but disappointed at the same time.
I just feel like our kids believed they were good enough to go back to a state tournament and get some stuff done. And, you know, that's more than half the battle.
Our team played a almost completely different style than what we played last year, but we all ended up fitting into different roles and everything, and it all ended up working out. So,
you know, you have to have different, as in Coach Tiger would say, puzzle pieces. Like, there's one person dribble good, a good shooter, a good rebounder, and you have all those put together, you can be a good team. And we did have all them pieces together, but we didn't come out and use them properly like we wanted to and didn't come out how we were supposed to.
I thought I did my role. My dad's always talking about how we have to play our personal role on the team, and mine is shooting. It's nothing else. So that's what I did, and any chance that I had to shoot, I shot it because that's what we needed from my puzzle piece of the whole entire team, and everyone had a different role, so I just tried to play mine.
We struggle to post the ball. We've always kind of struggled to post the ball. So in the first game against Russell County, they had something we didn't have. They pushed us around a little bit. Didn't play real good, especially latter part of the third quarter and all the fourth quarter. Didn't really do what we were told all the time. We just sort of got relaxed, and Russell County didn't quit, and that, you know, that's a credit to them. And then we started missing free throws. And when guys miss free throws, they're like, okay, give it back to me, I'm gonna make the next one. When girls miss free throws, they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fouled again. That's just kind of how it works, it's the mentality. And we got a little bit tighter, and They just took some stuff away from us, and Princess hit 2 big shots to keep us alive, and then Kendall drilled one in the corner that really gave us some separation in triple overtime. And we were fortunate enough to win. We tried to talk ourselves into losing several times.
Well, the first half we played really good. Second half, not so much. We did a lot of things we probably shouldn't have done, and we're lucky to get out of that one. It was a really fun game to be a part of, though. I think it was like tied for the record of longest game, so really nerve-wracking, but it was fun to be a part of.
I basically got bodied. It hurt a lot, but it was also pretty funny, I guess you could say. Couldn't breathe at all. I told them, I was like, I don't think I could do something like that again. In general, no, I don't think anybody was fatigued. I think we were glad that we won, and then we were just ready to play the next game.
Well, of course, going into the game, I was thinking we were going to win off top. I mean, that's me every game, and that's as a team every game. Then we went into overtime, the first overtime, and it was just like, gosh, we got another chance. And then they took the lead, and we go in double overtime, and just another big old just relief, and then another overtime. And then that last buzz, looked up at the scoreboard, and it was like we won, so that's when the celebration came. But I was dead tired afterwards.
It was nerve-wracking. I didn't play a whole lot that game, so kind of sitting the bench on that game was really nerve-wracking. But we knew we could do it. I think we underestimated them a little bit because they didn't have the best regular season, but you can't do that going into state. There were so many teams that got upset that maybe should have played in the championship game, and they didn't. They gave us what they wanted to give us, but we just pulled it out in the end.
The second game, we were probably a little too mobile for Simon Kenton's post player, and we probably shouldn't have beat them, but we did. Got off to a good start, which we had to do. You know, they'd beat us about 25 in January when we went through that little slump. But I told our kids there was no way their coach was going to be able to convince them we could beat them. Those kids hadn't been in that situation before, and if we could just hang around, maybe they'd get a little bit tight and we'd make a big play. And Kendall jumped up and hit that 3, and they come back down and tie it, and then she goes the length of the floor and gets fouled. And that's the kid you want in those moments, because she's just that tough.
Come on. Don't fail, don't fail, don't fail, don't fail. Don't fail.
There's going to be a moment where you're going to have to make one, and she never hesitated. And a week prior, she was hesitating, and she didn't blink. She didn't blink up there at all. But when she made that shot to put us ahead, even though they came down and tied it, our kids never blinked after that. They never flinched. And it was the culmination of everything we'd preached to them the last 24 hours. Just hang around, and we'll make a play, and we'll win. That's exactly what happened. But I was real pleased that our kids bought in after being embarrassed the way we were embarrassed in January. And we were so resilient on the backboard that night after being outsized the way we were. And Savannah was super on the backboard. Rebecca and Princess got several key offensive rebounds as well. And then Kendall made some big shots. And we got in a situation where they started tightening up a little bit, and it worked to our advantage. I told our kids right after we got done with starting lineups for the Simon Kenton game, and our fan bus was late, and I said, none of that stuff really matters. The ball doesn't know how many people are out there, and the scoreboard doesn't know how many people are there. And as long as we don't care, the ball doesn't care. And they bought into that.
You play every game individually. You make it through the first one, and then you prepare for whoever you're about to play next, and so forth and so forth. You can't play this team in the first round and then prepare for every other team you're going to play next before those games have even happened. So,
well, you just have to take each game one game at a time. You can't look forward to the other games, who's winning those games. You have to focus on who you're playing at that time, and you just survive in advance.
It's just focusing on the next game you're playing. We knew we could make it far, and we knew who was tough on our side, but at the same time, you can't really differentiate the two because everyone plays about the same when it comes tournament time. Everyone's out to fight.
In the third game, it was a good matchup for us because we knew they had one shooter and we were going to kind of match up zone them. Tyra Engelman was a kid that we just knew could give us fits. She had 27 the night before, I think, against Henderson County. I just felt like Rebecca did a really good job of sort of keeping her at bay, and we changed defenses a lot on them and made them think. Princess hits 2 or 3 jumpers to start the game, pull-up jumpers. And when she does that, that means she's going to make every other shot when she makes her intermediate shot. And then Savannah, again, did a really nice job of going to the offensive glass or getting fouled. And they had a hard time getting back and stopping Brooklyn in transition, especially on long rebounds. And I told our kids, they only played 6 kids all year. And they had played their regional tournament there. It didn't finish up till Sunday. So by the time we played them on Saturday night, that was their 6th game there, in basically 6 days. So we knew that they could be lethargic if we kind of put them behind the 8 ball. And we played well enough for them to kind of start second guessing themselves, and the rest of it worked out. And then the last game, they just shot the lights out. I mean, there's not a lot you can do when, I don't remember what their percentage was, but I know we shot 52% and lost. So
Mercer's like not a big rival, but I strongly dislike them. So I wanted to beat them so bad, and then for us to be able to get a ring, and it's my senior year, so of course that's plays a part in it as well. But
we were really excited for that game. The vibes in the locker room, we were pumped and we were ready. And they were who we wanted. We don't like them, so we wanted to play them and we wanted to beat them. And unfortunately we didn't, but.
Couldn't guard money with a gun. We just got behind the 8 ball and didn't play terrible after probably the first 5-6 minutes of the first quarter. We just had a hard time guarding them. And they're so versatile. And I think Rebecca got in foul trouble early, which really hampers us defensively. It's hard to zone them because they do shoot it so well. We talked about not giving any ball side help out of the corner because we give up open threes if we do that. And we gave ball side help out of the corner a couple times. They hit threes out of the corner. And we call timeout to talk about it. We go back out there and we still give ball side help out of the corner.
No ball side help. No ball side help. No ball side help.
And I think Sunday mentally was the result of the triple overtime game. Physically, I think we played hard. I think we were fine. But I think mentally we were worn. And you've got to be real fresh come Sunday, mentally. And we weren't. And they were better than us that day. I'd like to try to do it again, but hindsight's 20/20.
I was ready to step up. I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad last year, and I didn't play much last year. So I knew that I could play a big role in the state tournament this year. And when I came in, I was just ready to come in and play my role, like I said earlier, and do what I needed to do. So when I was open, I shot it, and luckily some of them went in. I guess I was satisfied with my personal performance, but at the same time, you can only do so much. So the fact we didn't pull out the win was really disappointing still.
I was just pleased that we got behind and she took the initiative to go in there and give us a spark and really just didn't back down from the moment. And that's all, that's all, as a coach and as a dad, that's all you can want, is that somebody just steps up and says, I'm not afraid. I've been prepared to do this. I'm going to do it. And our kids know when she gets in a spell like that to start feeding her because she gets hot and streaky or whatever it may be. And she made some big ones. When we cut it to 8, with about 5 minutes to go, she hit the one out of the corner. I thought, they're going to go down and turn this thing over, and we're going to come down and cut it to 6, and they're going to start getting tight. And they hit a 3. Otherwise, I think the last 4 minutes of the game takes a total different turn.
It was just really disappointing because we knew we could beat that team. We had the talent to beat that team, and we just didn't come out and play our best. Our defense was not very good, and we still were not that far off from winning it. So, if we come out and play to our full potential, we know we can win that game, but unfortunately we didn't.
And we just got our head handed to us. I don't think we took that one as bad as we did this one from a hangover standpoint, because we were just kind of happy to get there last year.
I was hurt, because I felt like that, we would have won it. We should have won it that year, but we just didn't come out playing how we usually play. So
I didn't feel like us as a team played our normal game. I don't know, most of it was just anger because we couldn't win, and that's who we wanted. We either wanted them or we wanted Butler again.
It was heart-crushing. We just didn't play how we were supposed to play, how we know we should play, until around the very end, and it had been too late. So,
I really actually thought we were going to win. I thought we had a big chance to win. What was going through my head was like, how? Like, I wish we could just redo it all, but we can't.
He said he was proud of us. Obviously, it was a great season. We were all upset about how we knew we could play better, but he was just proud of us. Thought we did great, but we weren't really listening to him because we were still so upset.
He actually said, "I wish I could just put you guys in a jar and sprinkle little bits of you whenever I need you," because it just makes us feel like he wishes that he could have us in certain situations to use us in. But the way he says it is funny.
He's Elkhorn City all the way, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
You understand that? I wish I had some kind of magic potion I could bottle you up and sprinkle you. When I need a little, I could go in the office and get it. Maybe put a little in Joseph's pillowcase or something. I love you. What you've done is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay?
I just told them if I could take what they have done, put it in a bottle, and just sprinkle it every time I need it. Because they're all so different, but they're all so humble about how they've done it. And last year's seniors too. You're losing somebody that's been a part of your family for a long time, and you're losing some kids that you worry you're not going to get some like that again. And I just appreciate, I'm hard on them. Everybody knows how I am. It's, you don't have to put it on cable 10, no pun intended. And they've put up with me, and if they've put up with me, they can go out in this world and do a lot. I just thanked them for that, because there aren't many 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old females that are in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning in high school. And we treat them like college kids, and we work them like college kids. That crew decided it was going to be better than the year before, even when people doubted it. And there's something can be said for that, so.
I love experiencing that with him. It makes us closer as a family too, and it's been a lot of fun. I wouldn't be where I am without him. Seeing him succeed as a person is a lot of fun, and he likes watching me succeed too, so it's such a good feeling to experience that with someone in your family.
Coach Thacker really emphasizes our character. Basketball, it's really just a game in reality. What really matters is how we are as people and just what we learn from the game itself. And I think Coach Thacker's really put a big emphasis on that, and I think that's really helped me a lot.
We've had 20 kids, I think, go play college basketball in 14 years. The most rewarding thing about that is they come back. You've been around programs where their kids don't come back and see you. They don't come hang out in the locker room when they're sophomores in college, when they're home for Christmas break, stuff like that. Our kids do that because they had a good experience. And that's all you're trying to do, is provide a good experience for them.
And in basketball, from the basketball aspect, he's been like my dad, basically. He's coached me. He's taught me basically everything I know about the game, and he's been there to support me and help me with recruiting and just anything like that, you know. And then outside of that, you know, he's just kind of helped me just mature as a person and everything, and I can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me.
You've got to know the buttons to push, and you've got to show them things along the way and talk to them about you're capable of that. You know, after that, it's sort of up to them, but for the most part, our kids buy in. Whatever we're selling, they buy in. And, you know, even Malika last year and maybe still even Rebecca this year, they've kind of always been held to that D1 standard. I tell them all the time, it's not my fault you're talented, so get over it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, you know, tournaments like this, of course, all have to do a lot with like the luck of the draw and everything. So I think it's just impressive that we were able to do that consecutively 2 years in a row. Just with, I mean, you know, even if you have a really good team, things happen. You know, people lose in region, people lose in the first few rounds of state. So I think for us just to be able to make it back to back like that is something that doesn't happen hardly ever. So
this is hard, and it's harder every year. It's harder every year in public education. It's harder every year coaching high school sports. It's harder every year to get teams or kids to buy into a team theory, and our kids have done that. When you hear stories of some of these other programs, elite programs, you become awful thankful that you've got the kids that you have. The people that are on the outside looking in at that, they have no idea what these kids have had to do to get to this point. When you think, I think there's 265 schools that play basketball in Kentucky, and when you think that I don't know the last time we didn't win 25 games, you just appreciate it. And if you're not in there every day, or you're not close to one of those kids every day, you really have no sense of what it takes. You know, I'm thankful that our kids understand what it takes. Everybody else just thinks it's some magic potion we rub together, I guess. I don't know. People still kind of act like we haven't proven ourselves, even after we've played in 2 state championship games. So it'll be interesting going forward. But I'm proud because I don't think our kids pay attention to that. They just play. You know, they play for each other. They got a lot of pride in what we've done, and they want to keep that going.
You know, leaving behind work hard 24/7, don't give up, even though if you know probably the game's going to be over, but just keep trying hard because it leaves a better impression for the younger ones.
To always work hard and don't just play for the uniform. As one of the teammates said on the team, if you're going to do it, then you need to go out there and do it and take care of business.
I think, you know, we just have a lot of tradition at Franklin County, and it's just been amazing to be a part of all of that, and just the way that our student body all just got behind us and supported us through everything. And for future Flyers, I would just say don't take any of it for granted, because it goes by way faster than you'd ever imagine.
And you know, peace of mind. Our kids have slowly gotten to the point where they don't really worry about the trivial stuff. They worry about the big stuff that counts.
I'm ready for next year, actually. I wish it could get here as soon as possible.
Losing just motivates us even more to come back, so we're gonna give a fight to whoever comes in front of us, no matter who it is. Doesn't matter if we're ranked 20th or 2nd or whatever. If you're playing us, you're gonna get a fight handed to you. So
They believe they were capable. And I don't care who you are and what you're doing in this world, if you believe you're good enough, you can do it.
Get out of the gate. All right, you're going to play with some dadgum guts. All right, that's the bottom line. bad. That's bad. That's bad. You've done us like that for 2 days. That's 2 days worth of that crap. That's a loose ball.
75's the Devil's Road is what I call it anyway.
That's a good call. Foul! Foul! Gee whiz! Red! 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 Whoa! Oh, Brian! Oh, that's bad. That's bad. We're getting it in there anytime we want to. We will continue to get it in there anytime we want to. But this is horrific down here. Not guarding the door. They live right there on that. They'll score 150. And she walks every time she touches it. Well, it is. They can't keep 11 from going to the basket without fouling them, Brian. They can't do it. Well, then it's a foul. Come on now.
Okay. All right. I got to go throw out the first pitch tonight, Columbia. You want to go catch?